Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola has once again sparked controversy after launching a strong criticism of refereeing decisions and the VAR system ahead of City's crucial clash against Crystal Palace. Speaking during his press conference, Guardiola made it clear that he has completely lost faith in VAR and believes football managers and players can no longer rely on officiating consistency in decisive moments of the season. His comments arrived just days after the heated debate surrounding the controversial disallowed West Ham goal against Arsenal, a decision that reignited discussions about refereeing standards in the Premier League title race. Guardiola refused to directly attack Arsenal or use the incident as an excuse, but his frustration was impossible to hide as he reflected on several painful moments that he believes harmed Manchester City over the last 2 seasons. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss the biggest football stories and breaking news from around the world.
The 2 finals FA Cup, because the referees didn't do the job that they should do, even the VAR, the 2 finals, the FA Cup. And when that happens, it's because we have to do better. No for referees in VAR. I never trust anything since I arrived a long time ago. Always I learned that you have to do it better. Do it better. If you're in that position, do it better, because we have to blame ourselves. That is what you have to do, because that is a coin, and you have to do better for yourself, and that is Crystal Palace, and focus and focus and focus.
Guardiola insisted that his team must focus only on what they can control on the pitch, warning that distractions about referees and controversial decisions can become dangerous during the most important stretch of the campaign. The Spanish coach emphasized that City's only mission is to perform at the highest level possible, regardless of outside circumstances. However, he openly admitted that he still feels deeply frustrated about the FA Cup finals of 2024 and 2025, claiming the referees failed to do their jobs properly even with VAR available to review key incidents. Guardiola stated that he has never trusted the system since arriving in England and compared VAR to flipping a coin, suggesting that clubs never truly know what outcome to expect from reviews. According to him, football teams must prepare themselves to win despite officiating errors because relying on the technology is no guarantee of fairness. He reminded reporters that throughout his managerial career at FC Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and Manchester City, he has always told his players to focus on improving their own performances instead of wasting energy blaming referees for lost titles or missed opportunities. At the same time, another massive controversy exploded in Spain after Florentino Pérez delivered a shocking and emotional press conference that has left Real Madrid surrounded by chaos. The unexpected media appearance was heavily criticized by Spanish newspapers and sports outlets, with some calling the conference grotesque, delirious, and a sign of complete disconnection inside the club's leadership. Florentino Pérez shocked many by downplaying reports of a dressing room altercation between Aurelien Tchouameni and Federico Valverde, insisting that fights between players happen every season because of competitiveness. Instead of condemning the incident itself, Pérez directed his anger toward the person responsible for leaking the story to the media, suggesting that someone inside the club may be acting out of fear of losing their position.
Florentino Pérez's performance at this news conference this evening has left journalists stunned, and Spanish football stunned as well. Because make no mistake, Real Madrid have had a terrible season, but he's come out fighting. He believes attack is the best form of defence. And rather than holding his hands up and saying, I've made lots of mistakes this season, he's come out and basically blamed the media and referees for the fact that Real Madrid have had such a terrible season. I mean, there were quite extraordinary scenes. He insulted some of the male journalists in the press conference room by calling them all ugly and taking a question instead from a female journalist who he said was much better looking. I think at another point, he insulted some female journalists as well who write about football. He was asked about this infamous fight last week between 2 of his players when one of his players ended up in hospital. He basically said it was a storm in a teacup. He said fights happen all the time in football. He said there have been fights in every single season in which he has been in football. I think that's a total of 26 years. And he was more concerned about the fact that the news of this fight had leaked to the media than the actual fight. And in a really kind of sort of sinister way, he said, "Leave it to me, I will take care of it," talking about the leaks to the media. So watching the whole thing, I just got the feeling that he'd kind of taken a leaf out of the Trump playbook. Never apologise, never compromise, and attack the media when you're in trouble. All right.
His comments immediately intensified speculation about tensions within the Real Madrid dressing room and growing instability behind the scenes after a disappointing season filled with painful defeats against rivals FC Barcelona. Despite increasing pressure from fans and criticism across Spain, Florentino Pérez firmly rejected any possibility of stepping down as president of Real Madrid. He defended his legacy by highlighting his work since 2000 and insisted that powerful campaigns are being organized to force him out of the club. Pérez declared that he would be the last Madrid member to ever leave the institution and accused sections of the media of creating an artificial atmosphere of crisis simply because Real Madrid failed to win La Liga and the Champions League this season. The president also addressed rumors regarding his health after reports claimed he was seriously ill. Pérez strongly denied those stories, saying his health is perfect and accusing critics of spreading lies to weaken his position during one of the most difficult moments of his presidency. He argued that people quickly forgot the recent Champions League and La Liga triumphs under his leadership and questioned how anyone could describe Real Madrid as a ruined club when it remains one of the most prestigious organizations in world football. The most explosive moment of the press conference arrived when Florentino Pérez announced that Real Madrid is preparing a legal offensive against Barcelona connected to the ongoing Negreira case, the scandal involving alleged payments linked to refereeing. Pérez described the situation as the biggest corruption scandal in football history and confirmed that Real Madrid is compiling a detailed dossier that will be delivered directly to UEFA. According to him, the club wants European football authorities to investigate the matter aggressively and resolve what he considers a serious threat to the integrity of the sport. The statement immediately sent shockwaves across Spanish football, reigniting one of the most controversial rivalries in the game and creating fears that tensions between Real Madrid and Barcelona could escalate even further in the coming months. With Guardiola attacking VAR in England and Florentino Pérez launching explosive accusations in Spain, European football finds itself once again consumed by controversy, politics, refereeing debates, and growing pressure surrounding the biggest clubs in the world.